Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and happy Friday. Today I want to sit down, I want to chat about a palette. It is not new, it is a cult favorite. It's been out for years, 2-3 years I think. It is the Lorac Pro 3 palette. This has been on my wish list for ever since it came out and I never got around to buying it. It was just on sale in the 21 Days of Beauty with Ulta, so I did grab it. I have been using this palette for a couple weeks, so I thought I'd sit down and do a quick eyeshadow tutorial and then at the end of the video give you a review. Not that there's not a ton of reviews, but just kind of sit down and do a quick eyeshadow look with this old school favorite. If this sounds like something fun, go ahead, stay tuned. We're going to get right to the video. Now that I have you zoomed in so we can put this eyeshadow on, I do have full face of makeup on. I will list everything down below in the description box in case you were interested. I am going to prime my eyes with a Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. They do include a little sample guide in all of their palettes, so I really appreciate that. It's kind of nice. Let's try something new, but I love the texture of this. I will say that. I really do like the texture. You do need just a little bit, and it does dry really nice. I've tried some eye primers, and they're just really weird when they dry down. You know what I'm saying? But I think it is really cool that they do include a little eyeshadow primer. Trying not to move my concealer around. First shade I want to use is Terracotta, which is kind of a mustard color right here. And I'm going to go in with just a big fluffy brush for this one. Yes, I do tan. I forgot to wash my hands, so my hands are a little orange. Tanning while being a mom is a thing. And I am just going to put this right in the crease. I do go in, as always, in the case this is the first time you watching me do my eyeshadow, I do go in very, very light-handed. I do build the pigment instead of going in really crazy with pigment. So I have used all of the shades, I will say that, and I do like them. I like them a lot. Okay. Build that just a little bit higher than my natural crease, just kind of get it flowing up a little bit. Next, I'm going to take a kind of smaller fluffy brush and I'm going to go down here to Cool Taupe right here. It's a very cool tone kind of taupe. I just very lightly lower, I'm going to just try to deepen that crease shade just a little bit. Just keeping it very low, almost in my natural, but my eyes are hooded a little, so this is going just a little bit above my natural, but keeping it pretty close to the natural crease right there. Next, I want to go into Medallion down here, and with this palette you can use the shadows wet or dry, which is really great. It gives you a variety of kind of finishes. Ugh. And I am going to spray my brush. I'm going to go in just with one of these very flat, dense shadow brushes. And I'm going to place this all over the lid, almost just tapping it on, stippling it, whichever word choice you'd like to use. Then I want to take a very small tapered brush and I want to go down here to dark brown. It's just a matte shade. And I'm going to deepen up the outer 7 or outer V, and I'm just going to lightly tap just as wide as the brush is on my eyelid. Again, just building up the pigment to where I'd like to have it. And then I'm going to just start to build it going almost straight up, slightly at an angle, but almost straight up towards my eyebrow until I get to where I would still be able to see it. And then I'm going to, with my eyes staying open, take that over to deepen the crease, but also lift the eye. So it is sitting just above where my natural crease is. And once I get the pigment that I like there, I am going to go back in with that first brush we used for the crease and just finish blending that up in with that first shade that we had. Just kind of soften it. Perfect. I really, really like it. They're just my ultimate favorite brush. I am going to take a very small, fluffy, tapered brush, and I'm going to go into that first shade, that terracotta that we placed first in our crease shade, and I'm going to run this along the lower lash line. I do like to blend it up in all of those shadows up there. Okay, there's the pigment I wanted. Next, I'm going to take a small pencil brush here, and I'm going to dip into the shade Light Gold, which is down here. It is a shimmer shade. I am using this dry. Just very lightly, I'm going to trace my tear duct and add a little bit into the inner corner of my eye. Kind of open it up a little bit. Next, I'm going to take a small fan brush and I'm going to go right above that to, and I'm going to go into the shade Canvas right here. It is a very light shade. I don't want white, but I do just want a little bit lighter underneath my brow bone. I didn't want to shimmer there today. So that is the finished look on this side. I'm going to zoom through this side and I will be right back. Okay, and this is the finished look that I did create with this palette today. I hopefully will have a bunch of photos scrolling through while you're listening to my voice talk. If not, I apologize. I will at least have some posted on my Instagram if you're not following me over there. I am Glam with Kelly on Instagram. Review. You can skip this part if you've already seen enough reviews, but I think this is a really great buy. I have had this on my list pretty much since it launched 2-3 years ago. It's always been on my wish list, and I never got around to it. And I don't really have an excuse or a reason why I didn't. For $44, you do get the palette. There are 16 shades. You do get a nice plastic piece. I do keep these. There's less mess in the mirror, I guess. And it is cardboard. It does fold back, so it is really easy to hold in your hand while you're doing it. And it also comes with a little sample size of the eye primer, which I do really enjoy this eye primer. Shocking, but I do really like this. Do I think this was worth a full price? I do. I am a neutral lover though, so I might be a little bit biased when it comes to reviewing a neutral palette, but I think there's a lot of color in here. They're really, really great options. I love that all mattes are right here, and then you do have a row of shimmers here. You can intensify them with a wet brush, which is also appreciative, or you can use your fingertips, but I've been trying not to touch my palettes. Anyways, I love this. I love the way the mattes apply. They do blend well together. They do blend well on top of eye primer. I will say I don't have to use it in an eye primer, and it blends well. It wears pretty okay, but it does not, it fades. It definitely does fade if you wear it for 10 hours plus. You'll notice your shadow is kind of breaking up a little bit. So the eye primer definitely does hold on to the pigment much longer. But you could not use an eye primer, get through the workday with this. I love it. It is a neutral palette. I am very happy I have it in my collection. I don't experience fallout. I know that was an initial issue with the palette, and I actually heard that about the formula as a whole, but I tap off the excess all the ways. I always go in super light-handed, so I don't have a problem with fallout. I always have my face makeup done first. It's a habit I cannot get out of, But do you have this palette? Is this a favorite of yours? Have you ever owned it? Did it get decluttered? Because it is so old. I'm super late to the party, but I kind of got overwhelmed with all the new releases, and I wanted to go back to what's been on my wish list for so long. Do I still want it? And this was on there. It just happened to be on sale, and yeah, now it's mine, and I really like it. I'm going to keep it right here on the top desk with my favorites basket. So, but that is it for me for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you enjoy your Friday, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!